I have to tell you, I don't think we said a damn bad thing about you.
We probably did.
No, I don't think.
Yeah, probably.
Yeah,
that's all right.
We probably did.
Yeah, I think you gave me shit for
Yeah.
for being polite to Ben.
Joining us on the blower is the captain that has helmed the most recent season of Below Deck OG, we refer to it as, and we refer to him as Captain Kerry. Thank you so much for joining us, sir.
Thanks for having me, guys.
So we got a lot of stuff to get into today. Okay?
Lots.
Out of the gate, how do you want to be addressed? Should we call you Cap? I mean, should we lose the formalities? How do we go about this?
Kerry's fine.
Okay.
Kerry, okay.
All right.
When he's wearing the uniform, you got to call him Captain
call him
Kerry.
Captain.
Yeah.
If I have to tell someone I'm the captain, I've got the wrong person in front of me.
So yeah, well, we've got a ton of listener questions. We've got a ton of surprises for you, and we start every interview off with the same question. What about mangroves is so beautiful because they look so disgusting? So if you could.
We did give him shit about that.
Yeah.
I listened to that episode. Hey, son. Yeah. Not going to do that, do we? Thanks, mate. We tried to kind of mesh me into OG and bring a bit of adventure with it. That was the premise.
Right.
And to make it more the Captain Kerry show, not the old Lee show. So that was the idea.
Yeah, totally.
Emphasis on old.
I keep hearing him call in all the time as well. I think that's hilarious.
No, he hounds us, man. I mean, it's just crazy.
And that was, the thing was, they wanted me to, make it, a bit of a travel log.
Yeah.
And check it all out. So,
but specifically, Kerry, the mangroves. The mangroves are a network of brown death. Can you change my opinion on that? What about the mangroves so beautiful?
Mate, mangroves provide so much life to the ecosystem in the water.
Yeah.
Where the little fish hang out to keep away from the big fish.
Yeah.
The mangrove systems themselves are very strong. Like the root systems go on forever.
Yeah, it's beautiful.
So back in Australia, when we'd have a hurricane coming in, which we call a cyclone, we would get in the mangroves and tie our boats to the mangroves because it's way stronger than one damn tree.
Oh, no shit.
Really?
Yeah. So it's kind of neat. It's where all the marine life hangs out.
Right.
Because we all want to hide somewhere and it tracks everything. So
yeah. So it looks like, hell on earth, but there's
egg
a lot
on
of,
our face.
Yeah. There's a lot of beauty in that. I swam a lot in Virginia, and there's a lot when you go on the banks of really any body of water. I get a little spooked because it's very muddy. Things live in the walls. There's catfish. There's snakes. It doesn't feel good. So. But listen, we have so many more important things to talk about.
I want to get to it.
Hang on a second. You're talking about Virginia versus Grenada.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Let's
go to the next question.
No, Kerry, the waters in Virginia are absolutely stunning. But go ahead.
Okay, so you were on adventure. You were awesome on that. Listener question right out of the gate here. Meredith Larry wants to know, which film location did you prefer? Did you like doing the locations for adventure or OG Grenada?
Man, adventure is what, for me, adventure was super exciting because I've never been there before. Never been to Norway. It's on a list of places to be and is it going to happen? It probably won't.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? Caribbean is gorgeous. I've spent a lot of my time there. I hadn't been to Grenada either. So they both had their own thing going on. So I don't really have a favorite of either. But when I look back at my photos of when I was in Norway, Man, what a beautiful place.
Well, because you've been to so many tropical, beautiful places, but Norway is, I mean, there are fjords there. I don't even know what a fjord is, but they just have different names for shit, and it's just a different land.
It was a different type of show. I liked it. The look of it was different as well. Do you think if that show was shot in a warmer climate, which is a stupid question, do you think it would have had more success being, I guess, another season of adventure had it been done in a warmer climate?
Yeah, maybe, mate. You know, like we're filming that during COVID.
Yeah.
So there was a lot of restrictions when we were doing that. It was a brand new production company. And they were working with brand new personalities of Below Deck who have never done it before.
Yeah, yeah.
So
They kind of stuck.
it was tough for everybody.
Yeah.
And then we're in a foreign country where English isn't the first language, but it's a very good language.
Yeah.
A very different culture.
Yeah.
You know, the Caribbean is very used to us. I'm American now, so I'll say us doing what we want.
Yeah.
You know, we pretty much do what we want as far as asking the right people and making things happen for us to film where we would wish to film. Norway, very different. You know, they're not as they're not as quick to pivot. You know, so I actually I was quite involved with talking to the people who made the decisions of where we could and couldn't go in the Norwegian authority.
Yeah.
To kind of relate to them, because yachting isn't a big thing there, so they're not used to bending any rules or seeing things a little different. Like when we're filming at first, the security level of the yacht, they want to put a big cage around us at all times.
What the
You know?
fuck? Is that a metaphorical cage or?
No, that's standard because of the security level of the yacht. Because, for example, in Grenada, there is a gate that stops people coming into the marina. So there's a security point.
Yeah.
In Ulster in Norway, we're just on the boardwalk of the town.
Yeah.
So the only way to control the security was to put a fence around us.
Wow.
Oh wow.
See? It happens a lot in like Venice, Italy. They do the same thing.
Oh wow. Yeah.
I was on the ship. I was the first officer, and did the same thing, which didn't matter so much. But when you're filming a TV show, it doesn't look great.
Well, Kerry, you said you're one of us now, and well, with America going through its trials and tribulations right now, I say you should probably identify more with Australia. But how was the citizenship test? Was it difficult? Because now you probably know more about our country than we do.
Probably, and I think it goes the same for people who want to be Australians.
Yeah.
You know, same thing. The stuff they ask you. Well, where they got me was there's like an app on your phone for the questions.
Yeah.
The presidents and this and the amendments and blah blah blah.
Yeah.
And often in the American system of examination, it's multiple choice.
Right. Yeah. We're big fans of multiple choice.
Yeah, I'm not good at
On the
tests.
app, it's multiple choice, right?
Yeah.
So I was blitzing it, man.
Yeah.
You know, I mean, I was blitzing it, and I get there for the test. There's a question, and there's no multiple choice.
Yeah. It was just an essay.
Well, congratulations.
Yeah. Welcome to the team, Kerry.
And you caught
America is an amazing place.
Leave us alone,
America.
Dylan. Okay.
I like to quote that I'm US too, because then I can make jokes and not get in trouble.
Yeah,
Of course.
exactly.
Listener Nikki Hodgson wants to know what percentage of the year are you actually captaining a yacht? And that's a good question. I'm curious how much time are you actually out at sea?
So when I filmed Adventure, that was the first time I wasn't running yachts full time anymore. So, you know, we don't need to stay there too long, but you know, my story went through divorce, this and that.
Yeah.
I think you guys might have made a joke about that, me talking about.
Yeah, probably. We probably made fun of your divorce. Yeah.
But yeah, so my decision was not to be on yachts full time, because when you're married and you're traveling, you come back and see your kids. When you're divorced, you come back and see your kids half the time.
Right. Yep.
I'm traveling 6 months a year. I only see my kids 3 months a year.
Right.
Yeah.
So
yeah, it's tough.
We'll shoot the show for a couple of months, and I have my own company where I manage yachts, and we do the maintenance systems, and I do a lot of advice, smaller vessels, and I have some staff that I send out on the boats, and then for certain clients, I'll go out. So, for example, I got one of my foundation clients. He wants to go to Miami for a week from tomorrow.
Yeah.
So mate, I'll take it in there for a week.
Yeah,
You
and
know?
he's some kind of large scale weapons dealer or something like that. What does he do?
Could be. Don't ask these questions, mate. That's why I'm still here. So percentage wise, I'd probably say because at the show, maybe three to 4 months a year. But
Okay.
it's not blocks of time. It's the 2 months filming, and it'll be a week here, a week there. And I'm actually taking my daughter on one of my trips to the Bahamas next week. So that's kind of
One,
cool.
that sounds amazing, and two, good for you. I mean, it sounds like the show came around at a great time. You don't have to work because who wants to be on boats all the fucking time? You know, what I mean?
Captain Kerry, are there any captains that are basically living the single life that just never see land? They prefer to just go out.
Oh,
There's
yeah.
never any break in between.
Like a road dog, like a sea dog. They're just out there in
As
perpetuity.
opposed to a sea rat, a sea dog, huh?
Yeah, yeah,
Mate, there's a lot of lost souls in yachting. So there's a lot
yeah,
of
yeah.
guys
Of
out there,
course.
people out there who just don't know where they want to go, and they just want to be out, and and they want to be the center of attention. So they've always got a reason to be somewhere. But
Sure.
it's a great life. I mean,
Yeah.
if that's like I grew up like a gypsy, mate. My dad was a builder, and we go from town to town
Yeah,
in construction. And one year I was like at six different primary schools.
yeah,
So this life I was built for. I was
Yeah.
used to getting to a new place, meeting people, meeting the right people, not pissing off the wrong people.
yeah,
You know,
yeah.
I-
Easy and difficult to do.
This brings me to a good question too. Listener Brenna Page, and I agree with her sentiment here. She says that you have a natural mentor, or you have natural mentor ability. Who taught you this leadership style? Did you get it from somewhere?
if you asked me that question probably 5 years ago, you wouldn't be asking that question because I was a different captain. The way I dealt with things, it really is. It's the going through the whole divorce thing and getting to as low as you can be
Yeah,
gave me the opportunity to really understand everybody now.
Yeah.
Where before I didn't have any compassion for where you're at. So if you're coming to work and you've got some shit going on at home,
yeah,
right? And I kind of mentioned that in one episode, and you didn't get the whole thing. You guys are having a bit of a laugh.
No,
about it.
we were so frustrated.
The mold in the house.
Yeah, we were really pissed at your empathy because we wanted you to just chop heads off.
But the thing is, I was all about the boat, and it didn't matter. I didn't give a shit if I was at home. It's you're here to work, you got a job to do. If you're not as committed as me, you can fuck off.
Right.
I think you have this nice balance of, because you will talk shit and you'll bust balls and you'll make jokes. So it's not like you got to stick up your ass as far as a leader. But yeah, I can completely relate to that. You've lived long enough and experienced it that you can kind of see multiple sides. Like when Frazier in particular would come in, I think it was his 8th time he tried to get someone fired.
Hey, we don't need to listen. We gave Frazier enough shit, but I mean, we don't need to be hyperbolic about it. I mean, he was trying to assassinate people in the night, but I don't know if it was 8 times.
Well, all right, 5.5. First off, I love him. And
We love you,
I consider him a
Frage.
friend.
Come back
He's
to
a
the
great
show,
bloke, mate.
Frage.
But
Yeah.
I've seen past captains on this television show not deal with that as well as you did, which is you stop, you kind of get a sense of everyone's intentions.
Yeah.
I'd say you got to have a barometer for that.
Really see through the matrix. This guy does,
Yeah, I amazing television.
Bravo. Bravo.
we almost questioning what the hell are you doing on this show?
Yeah, because honestly, I'm sure you've heard us say it, but we kind of, now talking to you, it's a little bit more difficult. But when you're just a face on a TV, we really do wish you had kind of a vice or some kind of dark history.
We all have vices.
Yeah.
Oh, mate, it's just fortunate that I grew up in a time there wasn't camera phones. Otherwise, you know all about it.
Yeah. Okay.
We'd all be fucked. If you don't mind, I want to get into a little bit of drama.
Are we gonna talk about nipples?
We're going to talk about Ben.
Okay.
We'll get there.
All right.
But a couple easy ones first. So Serene Allen wants to know, do you really like being invited to dinner by guests? And is that something that really happens when it's not below deck?
It's such a good question.
Let's answer. Does it really happen? Yes, if it's asked.
Yeah.
Often the captain is very, very busy. There's a lot of There's, I come in and film the show. The first officer is taking care of all the paperwork. He's taking care of the crew that are left, the crew that are arriving, the vacation stuff. There's a lot of stuff that he's taking care of that I would normally be dealing with. I don't have accounts. I have the free time to do this.
Right. Because you've got to be a character, as well as a captain when you're filming the show.
I don't like that term, mate. It's not a character. I have free time.
Yeah, but you get what I mean. You have to have a bigger presence on the show. You can't just be buried in paperwork and responsibilities.
Yeah, it's just not like it doesn't work for me to be doing that because I'm not with the boat long enough. It doesn't make sense.
Got it. Okay, got it.
So if anyone who meets me on the street or any of my mates who know me, I'm the same bloke on the screen, same bloke
Sure.
Here. The difference is when I'm on the boat, I'm the boss, and I've got a different way to deal with things.
Right.
But if I can do it, I'll sit with a guest. If I feel I'm going to click with them, I'll do it. Or I'll have a glass of wine at the bar, or whatever it might be. Or if I see it's just a fucking gong show, and it's just, you get some guests that they're there for their own purposes, and I want nothing to do with it.
I think I know what you mean by that.
Should we ask the question? Because we're gonna do the thing. We usually ask this at the end, but I feel like piggybacking off.
Were you going to ask worst charter guest story ever?
Yeah.
Worst charter guest story ever. That's Patty's question.
That's Patty's question.
I ended a charter early, and I'm trying to not waffle on, but what happened is I ended it early. We had a guest that never said that she had a heart condition, and she went scuba diving. In the Bahamas. And then my dive crew hid from me that she was freaking out, was giving her oxygen, and she was going through congestive heart failure.
Sick.
On my boat. And I had to get a chopper in. It's a very long story. I'm just trying to paraphrase it.
Yeah.
Bahamas Defense Force couldn't help me. Bahamas Rescue couldn't help me. The Coast Guard really couldn't help me. I couldn't Miami. I'm on the phone yelling at the U.S. Embassy saying I'm a U.S. citizen on the boat. And I had to get them off the medevac them. And the next day, man, it was like the biggest hangover of my life. Like the adrenaline.
Yeah, the adrenaline dump.
I said, man, we're just going home.
Yeah.
Were there some other fellow guests? Were there fellow guests who were like, look, I'm pretty sure she didn't die.
She's going to be fine. Can we keep going? I mean, we bought all this champagne.
There's mangroves.
Yeah, we got to go check out the mangroves.
But no, mate, look, there's been some pretty nuts stuff that I've had to experience, and most of it I can't talk about.
I bet. Celebrity clients as well, without naming names.
You know what? People get excited about the celebrity clients, but the people who are minted, they're not celebrities.
No,
you don't know who they are.
Nope.
They work in finance.
They are nameless.
Walk straight past you, man, and they could buy small countries.
All right, if you don't mind, let's talk some shit.
You think Leo's rich? This guy works in wires. He has a wire company.
The guy owns a cardboard factory.
Yeah.
Wow, he makes boxes.
$70 billion.
Rachel Griffith wants to know, Faye or Fraser?
Oh, wow. Love that.
Oh, that's not fair.
They never are. You can.
That's not fair.
You don't have to answer that thing. She also wants to know how many cups of goddamn coffee do you drink a day?
Look, Faye's amazing, man. She is top. She is tops. Sweet as. I love her character. Fraser, man, we get on so well. We're buddies. I really like. We feed off each other. He brings me some suggestions on how to do things and helps me see things differently. They don't show a lot of that, but it's fact. We'll talk about something. Hey, man, let's do it this way. And he'll go, Kat, what about this? Fraser's not too scared of somebody's opinion, but he's not too proud to take constructive criticism either.
Fraser is such a bro. I mean, he can hang and bang and talk shit and just be, he's just such a fun guy. I love him.
And when him and I hang out and we go see a movie, I do have to tell him, no, I can't fire that person, Fraser. No, we're going to see a movie. And he wants to talk about that. But other than that, I love to have drinks with him, and everything's
we went out for drinks, and Fraser took me aside. He said, I think you should get rid of Pat, and that's kind of been
He did the same thing to me about you.
That's been in Pat's craw for a while.
Okay.
All right. So
Let's get to
nibbles.
Ben.
Yeah.
You guys, you and Ben, I assume you don't mind talking about this, but if you have a problem with it, no problem. All right. So some little controversy between you and Ben, I assume, as both of you were watching the season unfold on your television sets. Okay. So has he seen the negative Instagram posts that Ben has posted after filming?
Oh yeah, yeah. And look, it's not something between me and Ben. It's something between Ben and me.
Yeah.
Like
Right.
I didn't see any of this. You know, I genuinely was excited to have another Aussie on the boat
Yeah.
because we just feed off each other.
Right.
I was super excited that, that to have a future with him on more below decks.
Yeah, because like it's very rare for people to drink booze out of shoes. When you find
Not
somebody
Australia, mate, it's sort of shooey. Yeah.
when you find somebody that does that, there's a kinship.
Yeah.
But his, there was, I saw throughout the season there was times where he was just, I could see he was bucking what I was saying, but not to the level that I saw once the show came out. I was very disappointed in seeing him undermine Jared. I mean, Jared has his own issues.
Yeah.
He didn't need to be undermined. You know what I mean? And by the end of the season, I said it. I may have made the wrong choice on this bloke, but I wanted him to succeed. So
Yeah.
him getting on and writing shit, I'm just like, dude, like all you had to do was give me a call and go, Kez, things are gonna go fucking pear shaped. Can you help me out?
Why do you think he was so pissed at you?
Yeah, because this is from Eric Osteb. It seemed like your relationship was okay during filming.
Yeah, it seemed like it was great.
And then were there any hints at that during that relationship that you'd be thinking that he's going to talk some shit after?
Yeah, what'd you do, man?
Look, let me tell you this. And this is all kind of coming together, right? I don't give anyone references on the show because I don't know how they're going to be portrayed or what's going to come out later. And my word means something.
Yeah.
But I do tell my guys, if you come work for me in my company, then I can give you reference
Got
as
it. Okay.
company, right?
Okay.
So I actually had Sonny come work for me. So Sonny has a reference from me. Ben was asking me for help for him to find him a job. Ben was telling me that he couldn't get a job. This is before the show even came out.
Yeah.
Do you know what I mean? So all these when he's been talking all this crap, I'm like, man, I could just like show text messages to each other. Hey man, how you doing? Like joking, sending funny videos to each other. But, it just I found out later that he was bad mouthing me, and I just didn't. I'm not playing in that sandbox.
Yeah,
you know what I mean. I'm in this world,
right.
And the FU to me with the cabin. I actually asked him personally. I said, "Hey, mate, you know how important this is. This is part of what we've got to do. I've got to put it in the logbook. We've done it. I haven't done it mid-season because you guys are fucking busy as shit. But we've got to do it before the end.
Yeah.
Right? We've got to get this in. We've got to get this entry in. So can you make sure everyone does it?" I asked him personally to make sure everyone did it.
Wow. Holy shit.
When he didn't. So that's why I fucking peaked out, man. I'm like, dude, I asked you personally to make sure the rest of the crew would do it.
So crazy, dude.
Yeah, I think it was a pushback to establish some kind of dominance of ego.
I know.
With that. And then Kyle got roped into it too. Stupidly.
But I don't understand.
Yeah, but it's insubordination, and there's many steps I could have taken at that point for the way that he acted. But getting back to the questions, that was over. When he came and apologized to me, they also don't show Kyle bought me a bottle of scotch from his hometown. Said, "I'm sorry, I fucked up. I really apologize." Like there was a heartfelt sorry from both of them.
Right.
And I'm like, you know what? I can handle it. Do you know what I mean? End of the day. So no, I didn't know why this came. It just seems that he started to light up when he realized he wasn't called back. And he just decided he wanted to paint a picture of me of a certain way. And I think everyone's the last 4 months, I've said nothing.
Yeah.
I've just do his thing. And, I have fun on Reddit and do a couple of GIFs about some stuff going on. And, and once someone asked me a question recently and I thought I'd just answer it. And that was just, I just really disappointed on just undermining people.
Yeah.
You know?
No,
Not
subordinate.
a fun show. It's a fun show. Let's have some fun. Let's have some drama. But I'm very well known in the industry. Not saying I'm respected everywhere, but people know that I have integrity.
Yeah, no.
And and the way he's acted after the show is really a huge detriment to his career. The show itself, he's acting as one thing, but I don't know what he was trying to achieve.
Yeah. No, he's gallivanting around the world. He's having a good time and flipping out. But
Jackie Fogarty said you always have the perfect gift. I guess referring to that Reddit thread, and then asked a follow up. Also, does he think Australia is still part of Asia?
Who said that?
Mate, I misspoke because it's not Southeast Asia. It's part of Oceania. And it's Australasia.
When your season comes back,
if it comes back, we don't know. I mean,
I think we know. I mean, listen, there's no inside scoop here. It's the biggest, title of the franchise, and we're going to get another season. But
I'd like to ask. Actually, this isn't my question. It's a question from. Gosh, I want to get this right. Anna Andelsack. She wants to know what is next after this. Is it the rest of your life? Is this your love of the sea? And also, she wants to know: would you encourage your kids to follow in your footsteps in the industry?
So the big reason I'm doing this show is the reach to do good, and it's given me a platform that I never chased down. Like when I was running these massive yachts, working for these owners, I'm like, what am I doing to make the world a better place? I'm getting a big jet, cruise around the world. I'm not a tree hugger or that kind of stuff, but you start thinking about things like that. So when this show come along, and I would just get on there and do a little GIF. It makes that person's day.
Yeah.
It blows their mind. I go to the store and someone sees me, I shake their hand, spend 2 minutes with them, 3 minutes with them. They're walking around glowing because I was just being human, right? And everyone around them is feeling better. I put the spotlight on. Was it my finale of Adventure? It was around my birthday in December. People were coming to the finale, and I said, look, we're supporting single parents for Christmas. Bring some presents for kids. I foster rescue dogs, and I use my platform to help place dogs.
I don't know how you do that, because don't you just fall in love with every single one that comes to the house? I mean, saying goodbye has got to be so brutal.
Mate, it's really tough the first few times.
Yeah.
And after that, you're just glad to leave.
Right.
And then I'm working with, veterans coming back from PTSD. Wow. I'm working with Wounded Waters, and, we're raising money and we're helping guys to get through PTSD, and we're getting them out fishing and scuba diving and things like that. So for me, it's more, what can I give back as far as that goes? And people are loving the way I'm managing. I've never been accused of that before.
Yeah. Wow.
In my life where I've learned to do things different, and people are writing like, hey man, I manage this many people, and I'm trying some stuff that you do, and it's working wonders and stuff like that. So what is after this? Who knows, man? It's however it rolls. I've got a very successful company that's important to me. It's always going to be there, but I don't know, mate. I'm just going to go off the flow.
Yeah. So it's such an Aussie way to look at it.
Yeah.
Really quickly, the last question, and this shouldn't be a last question because it's not really a good question, but what was the most expensive boat? Like either you've captained or what, how big are, how much fucking money do these 280-foot boats cost?
Many zeros, man. Like a ridiculous amount of zeros.
I just don't understand. I mean, even if you had the money, why would you? I have to hire you, and then I've got to get all the gas, and it just sounds like such a fucking headache.
I'll tell you what those super yachts represent to people is something to aspire to. The greatness of, is just, look how crazy this is,
Yeah.
Yeah, I mean, it's, you get something nice, right? I know myself that I like some better things.
Yeah.
And And then when you kind of like these better things, you get treated a little differently. And, you know, you want to go on a vacation and you want it to be the way you want it. And
Right.
that's when getting the yacht comes along. And then you might have your own staff that know what you want. When you put that arm out there, it's there.
Yeah.
You're busting your ass and whatever you're doing, there's a lot of stress. And then this is your little cocoon of happiness.
Yeah.
Like I totally get it.
Yeah. It sounds sick. It kind of does.
My
Sound
company,
sick.
I'm not managing the big boats. I'm managing the small boats and people are just getting into the industry.
Got it.
And I want to be treated right because they'll come in and I'll get a 60-foot yacht and the broker will be like, yep, there you go, she's yours, mate. And then they're like, well, okay, how do I fix this? How do I do that? They'll try, they might own a trucking company or they might own a housing development company and they're trying to use that ethos to run the yacht.
No.
You go, shit, you know what I mean?
Yeah.
And with me, I'm people like that don't get access to me on that size boat typically because most guys who have been where I have keep going that direction because it's awesome and cool and you know it's pretty. But so I've learned, you know, I've got a bunch of customers where I can just be straight up with them where I couldn't as a captain on the yacht and just tell them like, mate, this is stupid what you're doing.
Got it.
You know, I wouldn't say it before because I could lose my paycheck. And that way I can direct them the right way on how to maintain their yacht, hire the right people. I can communicate with the guys that I put in place and also can communicate with the owners. So they can actually enjoy yachting and what it has to offer.
Got it. Yeah.
Well, I like the way he put it. It's, you know, especially regarding the experience, it's like you wait your whole life to be in a position where you can take a vacation. And, you know, I've lived 3/4 of my life poor. So now that I got a little dough, it's like you're going to go spend some money for a week, live like a king or a queen.
Right. Exactly. All right, Kerry. Well, we've taken too much of your time.
I love this. This is one of my favorite interviews.
Kerry, you're the man. You're the best. We're excited to see you in futures to come. I want to apologize for you having to put up with a certain guest that came on the show.
He sucks.
That was a bit of an ambush, and it wasn't fair to you. But anything to plug at the end to let the people know what we've got going on? I know we've got Wounded Waters, lots of stuff. Tell the people.
Yeah, mate. Yeah. So GDS Husky Rescue is a foundation that I'm working with. We got Wounded Waters, they're Florida based, and we've also been working with Stop Children's Cancer. That's another foundation I'm working with, and you know I'm happy to help out where I can, man.
Yeah.
You know? So you know people want to reach out to me, and you know need a spotlight turned around, and you know show some attention of where they're at, or need some need to make awareness of whatever it might be. I can't be everywhere, but I'll do my best.
Well, don't bother him with just your everyday problems, okay? He's a very busy man.
Awesome.
Kerry, thank you so much for joining us. We'll see you in the future.
Really enjoyed this. Thanks for your time, Captain Kerry.
Thanks, gents. Have a great night.